Hello, folks. Today I'm here with a CD review. Um, I'm a longtime Spock's Beard, Neil Morse fan. Been following Spock's Beard since their first CD, which was In the Light back in the 90s, and well, it was actually not In the Light, but it was The Light was the name of the CD. A great CD, by the way. And have all their catalog that Spock's Beard produced right up until Neil Morse's solo career started in the 2000s, and have all of his pretty much solo career CDs as well as his Neil Morse band releases as well. So I'm a big, needless to say, Neil Morse Spock's Beard fan. Been so for many years. Think he's probably one of the best and most prolific modern day songwriters that are out there, and busy songwriters at that. Neil, between his solo career, the Neil Morse Band, his religious albums that he puts out, and Transatlantic, which is what I'm going to be reviewing today. Neil is a busy man. So I just want to add that right now he is a born-again Christian, and there's a lot of religious tinted focused releases. Even with his Neil Morse Band, there are religious overtones to a lot of his catalog. With Transatlantic, it's pretty much straightforward prog. There might be some slight touches to faith, but it's really largely straight ahead prog rock, and it's probably the best prog rock that I can think of that's out today. He's just a phenomenal musician, great songwriter, and has always includes fantastic musicians to play with him. So for those of you that are not familiar with Transatlantic, but I'm assuming that you are if you're looking at this video, this is the fifth release of this band, and they come out with albums every 10 years or so, here give or take a couple. This one just came out, and it's the same lineup. Mike Portnoy on drums, ex Dream Theater. You've got Pete Trewavas on bass, ex Marillion, or still Marillion, not ex. You have Ronnie Stolt on guitar, who's the Flower Kings genius, and of course Neil Morse, known to all from Spock's Beard, who is the keyboardist, singer, guitar player, and multiple instrumentalist in this effort. Neil is largely responsible for writing the music, along with Roina. But on this effort, it's a collaborative effort. Every one of them sings. So you've got a couple of songs where Portnoy chimes in. You've got Pete singing on a couple, and of course Roina and Neil. So what happened with this one? So apparently these guys all met, I believe, in Switzerland with Roina, and recorded the first version of this, which was called Forevermore, which is a 90-minute tour de force of music. And then Neil and Pete at some point decided that might have been too much, even for Transatlantic, who are known for making long efforts and long compilations of music. They decided to shorten it, and Neil said that he added his touches to it and came up with 60 minutes being just about right, but there wasn't full agreement with the band. So a couple of the members wanted the longer version, a couple of them wanted the shorter version. So apparently Mike Portnoy decided, well, let's release two versions of it and make it different enough so that you don't feel like you're getting ripped off if you decide to buy both. So here are my thoughts on, and they also have a third version, by the way, which is a Blu-ray, the Forevermore version and the Breath of Life version, which is the abridged version here, as well as some other compilations. It's almost like a box set. But here are my thoughts, because I'm sure a lot of you were at the point where I was saying, I want to start out, what do I buy? Which is better? Should I go with Forevermore, which is the 90-minute piece of the Absolute Universe, or should I go with the abridged version known as the Breath of Life? So, bottom line is this, and this is a completely opinionated viewpoint, my opinion. But again, I'm a long-time Spock's Beard fan, and I think I have some merit to some sort of an opinion, whether you agree or not. And please put your thoughts down in the comments below. So, Forevermore, 90 minutes, basically has the same songs on here that this has, a couple of different ones. It is not a different CD. I know there's been a lot of reviews on the internet and a lot of reviews both in videos form on YouTube as well as reviews in writing on the internet, leading you to believe that it's a completely different redesigned effort and, you know, a completely different musical experience. And yes, some of that's true. It is a different listening experience, but the songs are effectively the same in most cases. The lyrics are the same in most cases. What Neil did is he basically reduced and cut and paste some of the endings of the songs and made it more palatable to listen to. It's 60 minutes or 64 minutes as opposed to 90 minutes, which is the first effort, which is Forevermore. So The Breath of Life is a 64-minute piece. In my opinion, the songs flow better from Neil's adjustment of them. He pulled out a couple of pieces of songs that, in my opinion, weren't that prolific to stay in the first place, and made it much more like a transatlantic experience where your themes, common themes, are constantly being brought up and meshed together. The first effort had that, but it was so long that it kind of got lost in the shuffle, in my opinion. So I think this is a much more cohesive batch of music, and if you're a first-time transatlantic fan or someone that's not a long-term fan or a completist that needs to have everything, I would start off with this and probably end it with this. You can always, at a later point, download some of the other songs that aren't on this if you just want to hear them. But for a transatlantic release, this, in my opinion, The Breath of Life, is a far more better choice than going with Forevermore. So what are you losing with Forevermore or with The Breath of Life that you have on Forevermore? So there are basically 4 songs. So first of all, Heart Like a Whirlwind, which is on Forevermore, is called Reaching for the Sky on Breath of Life. Neil just changed some of the lyrics in a post-COVID world or a pre-COVID world or a current COVID world. It's never going to go away. Current COVID world, let's call it that, to be more modern. So the lyrics on the Forevermore version and the Forevermore touch and feel was almost like a sequel to Whirlwind. This is more twisted around to fit COVID and current life and isolation and loneliness. So that's what you're getting with The Breath of Life. So Heart Like a Whirlwind on Forevermore is now Reaching for the Sky on this version. Swing High, Swing Low, which is on Forevermore, is now Take Now My Soul on this particular version, The Breath of Life. Bully, Rainbow Sky, The Sun Comes Up Today, and what's the other one? Lonesome Rebel are on Forevermore that are not on here. Neil pulled out those songs and swapped Lonesome Rebel with Can You Feel It? And in my opinion, Can You Feel It flows better than Lonesome Rebel did. So he took out a couple of songs that in my opinion weren't essential. He twisted around some of the songs with lyrics. He made them flow better with arranging and flow from one song to the next. This is a much more cohesive effort. It feels more like an overture, right? Which is typically what Transatlantic produces. It's almost like one long cut with overlying themes, recurring themes, lyrics that blend together. I think this is a much better effort than Forevermore is. But if you're a completist, or if you're just a pure, really good Transatlantic, Neil Morris, Spock's Beard, all of that fan, and want to have a complete catalog, go out and buy Forevermore. Go out and buy The Breath of Life. But again, if you're a first-time listener or a prog fan that wants to get into Transatlantic, I would definitely recommend The Breath of Life over Forevermore. It's just a more consistent, better flowing piece of music. And I think 60 minutes, in my opinion, is perfect for the listener and the listening experience. So again, these are my thoughts. You've got a lot of reviews and a lot of opinions on the internet. You have your own opinion, I'm sure, as a Transatlantic fan. And I welcome comments below if you agree with what I'm saying or disagree. It's always ripe for a good debate. So guys, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. If you'd like to give me your thoughts and share your thoughts on if you've purchased Forevermore, The Breath of Life, and the complete, the ultimate DVD, Blu-ray piece, let me know. Okay? Again, guys, I appreciate your support, and as always, be well and stay safe. Until the next time, take care.